Dear colleagues, we continue our press briefings, and I will discuss about the second rally for peace and union. The first one was in July. We covered that event in our crisis media center. Now I invite the representatives of the church who will go to the east, and they will tell us about that. We will speak to Sergiy Dmytriev, director of civic organization Elios-Merci. Nastupa Nagirnyak, vice head of the Patriarchal Curia social department of the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church. Maryna Liuta, civic initiative Donbas SOS. Rustam Fatullayev, the Evangelical Church Union Nemo. And there will be musicians from Nemo music band. Good afternoon. Our second group was supported with the help of Renaissance Foundation. We received a little grant to support volunteer initiatives. We found partners, and there is Donbas SOS. Now we go to 20 towns and cities of Donetsk and Luhansk region. We'll go to Mariupol, Volnovakha, Ugledar, those cities that the main goal is to see representatives of volunteers, of religious groups, to state representatives to coordinate our activities. The second goal, to find the needs they have, to find to meet volunteers. And very often volunteers in one city don't know about each other. And also we would like to hear, we would like to tell them that we know about them. We would like to coordinate our activities of our volunteers and to find out about their needs. The second message, main message, is to show the unity of religious organization, Christian confessions, that religious, we are in different religious groups, but we're united. We're united because we are Ukrainians. On our website, Elios-Merci, and there is information about the previous trips, our previous projects. Thanks to journalists, they wrote about us, and we went to Odessa, Mykolaiv, Dnipropetrovsk, and now we will go to the east. I'll give the floor to other participants of our rally, and they will introduce themselves, and also I would like to thank Renaissance Foundation for for the support of such a civic initiative. Thank you. Good afternoon, Nagirnyak, Andriy Nagirnyak. I'm Vice President of Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church, and I participated in the previous rally, and we're happy to participate in this initiative of Elios, and we want to continue this initiative and the experience we had. We'll continue it together. We'll provide assistance to those who are in need, to express our unity and to think about those things that unite us and not separate us. And it's a principle which was mentioned by love is everywhere, and it's very important that love is concrete. Has concrete expression. That's why we represent from different confessions will be there. There will be not that many priests in the rally. There will be local priests, and they will unite locally. But representatives of different confessions, they participate in this rally. They're from different Christian confessions, and we like to show that we can find a common language and that we can do a lot together. We'll try to raise humanitarian assistance. Caritas has a lot of programs and many thousands of euro we received from abroad, and Caritas provides that assistance to the needed, and we would like to participate and to provide some concrete assistance, like to provide humanitarian assistance, to provide food and items that are needed. Thank you.
Мене звати Rustam.
Fatullayev, I'm the manager of Evangelical Church of Ukraine, the Evangelist Church. Our goal is to stand together with the Ukrainian people, because this is a big calamity in Ukraine, and we understand that. And all the times the church was supposed to be together with people. There were times when it was people didn't need the church. It's true, and people had answers. But now it's time, and it happened before, that people don't have an answer. Politicians cannot give an answer, and people demand an answer, and the answer is in Bible and in church, like it was under John the Baptist, when people came and asked, "What should we do?" But the answer is not only in a word, but also in our unity, because unity will come to Ukraine when the church is united. We understand that. Also, our answers are in our deeds, in our love. We are trying to help. We have chaplain battalion, and they are together with our military men there. We have volunteer service, and as every citizen of Ukraine, we are trying to help them. And now together we will run this like joint service, and we'll believe that it will be very important for Ukraine, for people in the east, and also all the west. Thank you very much.
Мене звати Руслан.
Good morning, I'm Ruslan Sakela, and together with Father Sergiy, we've taken part several times in these actions. I think it's really useful to see that in the time of calamity in Ukraine, all the churches are together with the people, and there is nothing to be split about. If there were some splits before, but now it is all long forgotten in the face of the enemy. We see that even bombs have some writings on the sides like "May God help," and then fired. So I'd say that the unity of confessions is very important. On the other hand, it's really of extreme importance to have this rally in all the regions, in smaller towns, not just Slavyansk. I'm from Debaltsevo. I've been there a couple days ago, and people are really scared to go outside, to take to the streets. It's like a dead city there. And it is necessary to let these people understand they're not alone. They are cared after. They're communicated with. They can have other viewpoints presented. There were some 40% voter in favor of the opposition, in favor of the opposition bloc in these regions. It is probably because of the lack of proper attention on behalf of the government, and probably we as volunteers should do more on that. I think the more actions we'll see, the better these people understand they still are the part of Ukraine, and they will be together with us, not just geographically, but also mentally and spiritually. And I'd like to take this responsibility to inform you that we have a nice collaborative efforts with the Americans, and we have more than 20 doctors coming along the line of a Protestant organization from Cleveland. They're bringing large crates of medicines and medical tools to the hospitals they're going to visit and work at. And this is to show you that American churches are also joining the struggle, and it is really nice development, so I'd like to thank the Church for this initiative. I'd like to invite Nemo group to talk. Good afternoon. I'd like to represent Andriy Smakula and Anatoly Feduk. We have a very simple role in this rally. We will be working as a kind of plastic binder, keeping everyone together and providing good mood for everyone. That's it. Thank you. May I give the floor to Roman Oreshchenko, who represents the self-defense of Maidan. Glory to Ukraine. Our self-defense corps has been many times to the east of Ukraine, providing assistance to everyone fighting for the Ukrainian Donbas, and since the very first days, we are actively collaborating with church organizations who, for that purpose, are really very proactive in supporting our volunteer work, who organize chaplain services in the East and do many other useful things. And I think this unity really shows this level of unification of the people in Ukraine. It shows how united we are, and that surely the Ukrainian Donbas is and will remain the Ukrainian territory, and we will come victorious there. And we will also follow this rally, go together with them throughout 20 cities in Donetsk and Lugansk region, and I'd like to thank for this invitation. I think that this unity of church institutions and organizations in Ukraine and in Donbas will only benefit, providing vital support to the local population, to local activists, to make them more outspoken, to really support the Ukrainian tradition, the Ukrainian language in that region. And that way people there will be able to better organize their efforts. Thank you. We also have a representative of Donbas volunteers. Good afternoon. I'm Maria Liuta. I represent Donbas SOS volunteer organizations. We actually are the first of the relocated people who had to flee their hometowns in Donbas, in Luhansk regions, to support those relocated persons who are also who had also to fled their homeland. And I'd like to commend these guys here for this very useful social cohesion and dialogue that they foster. The majority of civic initiatives related to internally displaced persons who contribute to the efforts of our military personnel there. They're very important in spite of all the developments. We see that many people are still in disbelief that the situation there in the conflict zone will turn pro-Ukrainian. And we provide our information support to this initiative also through the Renaissance Foundation and their financial efforts. And many other local initiatives and communities have joined this effort. So we do value this cooperation. We do value their support. We want them to be more present here in Kyiv as well in terms of information coverage to show the developments in a more objective scale. And I think that the civic organizations and the local governments there are really badly lacking this support that they need today. And this rally that we're going to have will be a vital vehicle, a vital instrument of this support. I do think that we will communicate more and we will speak about the unity of the people and the country. Thank you. Are there any questions in the audience? If not, then I'd like to ask how different the current rally will be from the previous ones. So what are the key differences of this one? First of all, it will be about on-site monitoring of local volunteer initiatives, trying to build up contacts with these volunteer organizations. We will tell more about how a volunteer organization can be set up with many international donors coming to Ukraine and willing to and able to support these volunteers' movements. We still see that the majority of these efforts, financial as well, remain concentrated in Kyiv and surrounding areas, and we would rather like to have local initiatives, local volunteer organizations established on site where the money and other efforts are the most necessary. We'll also have a small booklet telling people how to register a civic organization. We will try also to unite and unify local church organizations based on the previous experience in the south of Ukraine in this regard. Because many times when we speak of volunteers, we seldom remind people that in almost half of the cases, it is about church organizations and their efforts. And we need to unite these church organizations, church initiatives, with other local initiatives to foster and muster support from the locals. We will also have a third component. It will be about concerts, public appearances, and it's very good to see this Nemo band coming with us, because they will be able to tell afterwards to their colleagues that there are audiences, there are people willing to hear to their creative work. We were told, by the way, that about 2,000 people are expected to be in the hall in Mariupol, where they will have their concert. Also, orphanages in the regions, they are not always duly provided, and we want to go to these places. And could you give more details about the timing and places? We are starting from Kyiv on 13th of November and come back in 24th. We will visit Mariupol, Gurzów checkpoint, then go all the way along Donetsk region to Svatovo to finish in Kharkiv region. You will have better information and more information from our website. We will provide daily Skype conversations on Skype. We will talk to volunteers. There will be Skype conferences to describe our successes. There will be also live streamings via YouTube. It will be possible to put questions to rally participants, to the support groups here in Kyiv. Another question from me to you, Father. You said of great importance of the event and spoke of it as one of your objectives of uniting different confessions and churches in the East. How do you feel? Do you feel this intention and desire among churches to unite? There is an intention to do that. The initiative is lacking. This is why we have Ignatiy, the Igumen of Donetsk, of Orthodox Patriarchate in Donetsk Oblast, and he also heads Plast youth organizations. We have 16, by the way, people from Plast with us. We also have media representatives. And as he does know clergymen there on site, we'll see that many more events on uniting churches will take place there. There will be round tables, there will be joint sermons and prayers for this unification, for the peace in Ukraine, for peace restoration in this region. And I think this will be one of our core pitches. And we are really expected and waited for there. And probably the final question from me. Could you speak more in detail about the key success story from your first rally? Well, while to Dnipropetrovsk, we happened to come across a great number of volunteer groups, very proactive ones. that we never heard about. We also invited some internally displaced persons to our roundtable discussions, and we were happy to hear from them that at last we have been heard by Kyiv. We are not alone. It was a very important experience for us. And also we really liked it to see the wide variety of volunteer initiatives in these cities that we were to. Because of that, our group of volunteers will include those who will be working with children. There will be clergy, people playing football with children, who will paint with or sketch with chalks on the tarmac together with children. By the way, well, to Kherson, to Odessa region or Mykolaiv region, we saw how situation had changed. We came to know that there were road maps for IDPs in each of these cities. And because of that, because of vacant places for IDPs there in these regions, we were able to relocate some 200 people from Kyiv to there, to Voznesensk, to other cities where they could have places to live. It was really important given the number of people who initially came to Kyiv and had troubles finding place to live in. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank you, representatives of churches, other activists. May I remind to the media that there will be direct live performances in the St. Michael's Monastery on the progress of this rally, and you are also welcome to check the website of Elios to see how they progress. By the way, we still have 4 vacant places for media representatives in Mariupol. If someone is willing to go there for some media coverage, you can join one of our clergymen. He has 4 vacant places in his car. It will be possible to go there. You will be there at 14th of November, and you will be able to come back at around 15th of November. So everyone willing to join our rally, welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I do hope there will be some interest in your offering. Our next briefing will be from the